What is up, guys? It's Doo Poker here, back for another video. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about two seemingly similar spots that are much different. Okay, so we're going to be looking at button versus big blind, single raise pot, very common spot. We are the big blind, okay? So I'm going to give us Jack 10 offsuit, okay? Let's say Jack of hearts, 10 of clubs, okay? So button raises up, 2.5x, small blind folds, and we decide to call. Now the flop comes ace, 8, 7, okay? So we check to the button, who puts out a 1/3 C bet. Okay, so what do we know? What do we know about sizing for the check raise? Remember, this is the check raise bet line from the big blind's perspective, okay? What do we know about sizing on ace high boards? We know that when we check raise the 1/3 C bet, we always go huge. Why? We are polar on the flop. Okay? You see this in a solver. Solver loves going pot, which is 6x, with most of its check raising range, right? Because we are targeting weak ace X. Okay? We're targeting weak ace X and then some other ace X based on blockers. Okay. So this is important. It's important to understand that on ace high boards, when we are the big blind, we go polar with check raise sizing. Okay, so keep that in the back of your mind. All right. Now something funny happens when I change this board just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to change this board just a little bit. We have the same hand. We have Jack of hearts, 10 of clubs. Okay. Button opens 2.5x, small blind folds. We decide to call. And now instead of ace, 8, 7, I go ace, ace, 7. Okay? I changed, instead of ace, 8, 7, it's ace, ace, 7. Okay? Now, we know button still uses the 1/3 sizing, right? But what changed? What changed? Now, big blind never goes polar. It never goes polarized. Watch. It only goes merged. It only goes merged now. So, on the ace, ace, 7, I always check raise small. On the ace, 8, 7, I only check raise big. Because we have to think of what we're targeting, okay? On the ace, 8, 7, I'm targeting weak ace X. On the check raise with the ace, ace 7, I'm never targeting an ace. Okay, so let's say we have Jack 10, okay? It's mixed. We decide to check raise, okay? We check raise. We're never targeting ace X. Ace X always calls, right? You have trips. We're targeting floats, okay? We're targeting floats and king high. Now something funny happens on the turn. Let's say we go to the turn, okay? We have Jack 10 offsuit, okay? Say we get a good turn for us. We get a 9. Pick up a gut shot. Now, what do you think the turn sizing will be? Remember, we're the big blind. We check raise flop merged. Now on the turn, what do you think our sizing would be? How about we never, or not never, but rarely use big sizing, okay? Mostly using small sizing. Because we're not targeting ace X. We're not targeting ace X. So, let's say I have Jack 10, okay? I know this. I know that I'm not targeting ace X. So now we raise, check raise merged on the flop, unlike the ace 8, 7 here where we check raise polar. Very similar boards in some people's mind, very different strategies, okay? So now we're targeting, weak 7x and the under pairs, okay? So I have Jack 10, okay? Now let's say on the river, let's say we hit the miracle on the river, okay? We hit a miracle. We hit the straight. Look what we do. we never go all in. We never go all in. We only use small sizing. This is called non-geometric sizing because what is our target? Our target is not ace-x. Our target is not ace-x. Our target is, what is our target? Even if we have a straight, we want to target non-ace-x pairs, okay? So this is a board. So this is ace, ace, 8, right, on the flop? Or ace, ace, 7. Was it 7? Yeah, 7. Okay, so think about that for a second. We know that on the paired board, even though it's ace, ace, 7, we check raise merged. But if I switch it to ace, 8, 7, I check raise polar. And when it's paired, I always go, or mostly geometric, or non-geometric rather, because I don't want to be all in by the river. See, most people, when they check raise, they don't understand that on some runouts and on some board textures, you actually don't want to be all in, right? Like I hit my miracle straight, and the solver is mostly betting small, right? It's mostly betting 35%. Why? Because we're not targeting ace-x. So you're not supposed to be all in by the river. Now, fundamentally, what do we know about ace 8, 7? Now we can switch it. Now we have ace 8, 7. We have jack 10. They bet 1/3. Now we go polar. Now we go polarized, guys. Okay? Huge difference in strategy here because now we're targeting ace-x. Now ace-jack folds sometimes. Now ace-4, ace-5 folds sometimes, right? So let's say the turn was a blank. Now you never go small here. You never go small here. See? We only go polar, okay? Because you're supposed to be all in by the river. You want to be all in by the river on an ace 8, 7 with your range. You do not want to be all in by the river on an ace 7, okay? So very similar boards in some people's minds, completely different strategies with the check raise bet range. All right, guys. Thought you guys would like to see the differences between how our range plays based on what we are targeting, because it's not intuitive unless you see the outputs, okay? All right. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. I'm going to be making a video every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Please subscribe if you have not done that already, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.